Coverage at the local Canterbury Bankstown government elections. Perhaps an hour ago, Bilal Al-Hayek was sworn in as mayor, and we're going to try and catch Bilal here today. He is now the new mayor of Canterbury Bankstown, and with the deputy mayor being Carl Salah. So as people start to come in, we will definitely grab some people to speak with. I will definitely avoid the crowd, but definitely be moving in to catch the mayor. We have my colleague there today. Excuse me. Hello, how are you? Congratulations on tonight's election. My name is Shay. I'm from Oz Arab Media. So we have our viewers from Oz Arab Media, again, Mayor of Canterbury Bankstown. Beautiful speech today. You actually said today that Canterbury Bankstown is one of the best cities in the world, and you want to make it the best city in the world. Can you tell us a little bit about that, what your dreams are for the next year and chapter for the community?
Well, thank you. Can I first acknowledge Oz Arab Media and the team? They're always there to support the community. Look, Canterbury Bankstown is a fantastic place to work, to live, to raise a family. And I am absolutely honoured tonight to be re-elected as the Mayor of the City of Canterbury Bankstown, one of the largest in the country. There's a lot happening. Obviously, we've got the new metro coming in, the brand new state-of-the-art hospital, $1.3 billion here in the CBD. There's so much happening. The university that just happened, a lot of changes, a master planning, a lot of change coming to Bankstown. And I'm absolutely honoured to be able to deliver on so many things for our local community alongside my wonderful colleagues, council colleagues.
Thank you. Today you actually in your speech mentioned that as a council member and as a mayor, your time is no longer your time.
Yeah.
So what can the Bankstown and Canterbury community expect from you? And we're obviously very privileged to have you lead us as mayor in this new chapter, but what can we expect from you and how can we get in contact with you should we have an idea?
Oh, look, our office is always open to seeing people. We're elected to serve the local community. We're elected to support the local community. Local government is the closest form of government to the people. So anyone that needs any help, if we can help you, please reach out. As I said, we get on with the job. We continue delivering for our local community and for the fantastic city of Canterbury Bankstown.
Thank you very much, Bilal. Congratulations. Have a lovely, lovely evening.
Thank you. God bless you. And thanks, Oz Arab Media.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Bilal. So we're going to head over and try and get the deputy mayor and maybe grab some other councillors as well. Excuse me, sir. Hello, how are you today? I'm Shay from Oz Arab Media.
Nice to meet you, Shay.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Councillor Walsh.
Thank you, Councillor Walsh. So I'm just going to give you a quick introduction. If you can actually give our audiences a quick introduction about, obviously, tonight, congratulations on your seat and obviously the area that you're supporting and representing today.
Okay, yep. So I'm one of the councillors for Reesley Ward. So in Canterbury Bankstown, they're all large wards, and Reesley Ward covers everything from East Hills to Padstow. That includes Benania, Reesby, Picnic Point, Milpera, parts of Condell Park. So it's quite a large area. A lot of issues. We've got a lot of sporting grounds, a lot of parks. Libraries, pools, so a lot to take care of in Reesley Ward.
Definitely in that area, I obviously can connect being a local from there as well. A lot of sporting facilities, a lot of clubs and associations that we can all become involved in. What can we expect in the next 12 months, 2 years, happen in the area?
So there, we've been consulting with the community about redeveloping Benania Library. So Benania Library is going to be massively upgraded, combining the Senior Citizen Centre with the library. It's going to have more modern facilities, more meeting rooms. We're going to have more green space in the town centre. We're really looking forward to seeing those plans progress.
That's amazing to hear. And if we had somebody in the member of the area community wanting to get in contact with you, how would they get in contact with you?
So you can look up the council website, or you can just Google Canterbury Bankstown councillors. You'll see all the councillors' contact details there, so their phone number, their email address. Whatever your preferred means of communication is, it's all there for you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again, and have a lovely evening.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to another councillor as well. Once they wrap up talking. Hello, how are you? Apologies. My name is Shay. I'm from Oz Arab Media.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Thank you very much, Councillor Chris. I'd just like you to introduce our audiences. Our audiences are mainly Lebanese Australians in the community, and they've just heard, obviously, about the election results with Bilal. What are your thoughts? How do you see this new leadership team driving progress in the community in the next year?
I think Bilal's a good friend of mine. He's a great...
Very, very biased.
I'm very biased, yeah, of course. He was a great mayor. He hasn't been in the job long. He's really made his mark on the community. The thing about Bilal is he came out of the community, his grassroots community. His background is as a youth worker. He does an enormous amount in the community, and he always has, even before he was elected mayor in the last term of council.
That's amazing to hear, especially coming from a good friend. We also wanted to talk to you about what people in your area, so if you could introduce our viewers into the area that you're supporting, what can they expect in the next 12 months? Canterbury Bankstown's quite big, quite large, so there's going to be different priorities for the different areas.
There is. Canterbury Bankstown Council is extremely large and very diverse. And to be honest, there's not a lot of similarities between people in my neck of the woods of Villawood and people at Earlwood. They've got different histories, different priorities. I think Bass Hill Ward is probably the jewel in Canterbury Bankstown Council. It's got some amazing facilities in terms of sporting facilities, parks, bushland. We're well endowed with that. What we really need in Bass Hill Ward, though, is some investment in community infrastructure, like really basic things that other wards take for granted. Footpaths, bus shelters, they're my big hobby horses and the things I'll be pushing to get into Bass Hill Ward.
That's amazing to hear. As a local Georges Hall resident, I'm not too far. I actually think I'm in the Bass Hill Ward. Yes, definitely constituents.
You know we need footpaths.
Yes, we need
bus shelters.
Definitely. So if there was somebody in the area that would like to get in contact with you, how would you suggest that they get in contact with you or Rochelle?
Either Rochelle. Our email addresses and phone numbers are published on the council website, and we're always happy to hear from residents.
Thank you.
Both Rochelle and I really try to deliver. Sometimes we don't get everything we ask for, but we definitely put it out there and try and get a result for our residents. And I'd be happy to talk to any residents, either an email or on the phone, who want to give me a call or a text.
And we love hearing that as well. Thank you very much for your time today. Congratulations once again, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
We're going to move over to another representative of the council, a previous state member as well. So I heard a little bit of a speech earlier today, and in her speech she definitely has a big focus on representing the community, but also looking at what she can do to further provide that unity within the council. For those of you that don't know, Canterbury Bankstown Council is one of the largest council areas in Sydney. It has a very diverse representation. So when we'll hear a bit, and that's fine, we'll hear more about that. So my earlier point, Canterbury Bankstown, one of the largest and most diverse council areas. It represents areas far and wide, from Villawood, Bass Hill, Canterbury. Do you have one or two words that sum up the region, or is it just too hard?
Vast. Vast. It's vast in its differences socioeconomically, geographically. I mean, we've got a national park, we've got rivers, business, advanced manufacturing. So it's vast in space, people, and everything that makes it the unique place that it is.
Before we get on to my main question, let me talk about the national park. Now, often when you are from the community, you're used to the facilities and you might take for granted what we have available, what's in your neck of the woods already. How would you best describe the national park we have in our own area?
Look, I think it's a little bit of a forgotten part of Sydney, to be honest. It's actually a beautiful part of the Canterbury Bankstown area. And I think throughout COVID, actually, people discovered it for the first time that had lived up the road from it for many years. But with lockdown and only being able to exercise in your 5 kilometre radius, I think people actually discovered that the national park was there, whereas before they didn't know it was there. So I think that's something that was a bit of a little hidden secret for particularly my ward in Revesby, the Revesby ward.
Which is great, a great connecting point as well. And I know I've grown up living around Revesby. It's such a beautiful leafy area. So just on your point earlier today in your speech, you mentioned that your previous history and that you've skipped the traditional apprenticeship. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that, given your experience and what we can expect from you?
Well, as I said, I represented in the chamber speaking on behalf of the school community when I was PNC president to do with the local environment plan and how that was going to impact the local school that my daughters went to. And in 2017, I decided to actually have a go, and I ran for council as an independent. So I unfortunately didn't get up, but with that attempt, I sort of was then put on the radar of people in the other parties. And when Glenn Brooks, the state member, who also served on council as well, and I actually should have given him a bit of a shout out tonight because, he spent 8 years on council and then 8 years as the state member for East Hills. He did approach me to run for the seat of East Hills as a state member. So we both had that long connection to the area. So, I had always been quite engaged with what was happening at the local level. And I think a lot of people that go into Parliament usually go into council first and then make the jump to state or federal politics. So sometimes, skipping...
Can we expect to see you run for that state seat in the future?
Oh, look, you just never know what might happen and what journey you arrive at and where life takes you. You just never know. Like, as I said, in 2014, I would never have thought that I was going to skip a few seats forward and actually be in the chamber 10 years later. So politics was not something that I ever actually thought I would go into. I arrived there, I think, just due to my passion for the local area.
And we're very fortunate. Thank you very much. Good luck and all the best, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Have a lovely evening. We have another councillor, so Bankstown, Canterbury area has up to 14 councillors, including a mayor and a deputy mayor, for those of you that don't know, each representing the different wards. On a recent point that I said earlier on, Canterbury Bankstown is such a large and diverse area. It covers one of the largest geographical areas in the state. And you heard our previous guest also mention that it's quite vast, which means different interests for different areas. I have a different guest with us today. Hello, our fellow colleague. Hello. Good very much. Fellow media colleague. But we just want to introduce you to another councillor we have here. So please introduce yourself to our viewers. Most of our viewers are Lebanese Australian. However, obviously we have often different visitors tuning in. So congratulations again on your seat. I'm sure you're very excited. If you could just give us an introduction.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Walther. I'm elected as one of the Liberal candidates in Revesby Ward, along with Wendy Lindsay, who you just spoke to. I've been in the local area for most of my life. I grew up in Condell Park, and then once I got married, moved to Mayoral, then Picnic Point. And I think we just want to make a difference to the community.
Definitely. So you are representative of the Revesby ward. Definitely. I've touched on this question a lot of the times with our guests. Given the vast differences, we have people in Bass Hill, people in Revesby, people even covering Helston Park. What can people in Revesby expect in the next 12 months or in the next chapter? What can they see happening around them?
Well, look, at the end of the day, we're going to be a voice for them, and on these big issues that are coming up, we'll definitely be their voice in council. I think in terms of local issues, focusing back on local roads, footpaths, parks, and that infrastructure, going back to working on that infrastructure, I think it's important. Our area is growing, and we need to focus back on that. The demand is growing for that infrastructure, and we just got to focus back on that as well.
So just to interject, with regards to infrastructure, was that focused purely on housing? What can we expect in that sense?
Look, more so in terms of parks, roads, looking at I think infrastructure that our local residents can utilise in their sort of day to day, whether it's streets, the roads, like footpaths, those things are a lot of people have issues with those, and a lot of people during the campaign came to us and said that there's a lot of things that haven't been attended to, and just refocus back on that.
Thank you. And so if there is somebody in our area that would like to get in contact with you or one of your constituents, how would they best go about that?
Yeah, so look, if you find us, you can see our email and phone number on the council website. And then also I'm happy to give you our details as well, and I'll see you around anyway.
Definitely we'll connect with you, not just today, but in the future. Congratulations again. Have a lovely night, and I'm wishing you all the best.
Thank you. And thank you to all your listeners too.
No worries. Thank you. We have a very special guest. So, personal note, I'm sure you went to my high school.
Have I? So which high school did you go to?
Mount St. Joseph.
Yes, of course.
So a fellow Mount St. Joseph student, and I'm going to say as a woman, with a young woman with a background, obviously Lebanese Australian background, I'm so proud of you. I just want to say congratulations on the previous chapter before we jumped into the next chapter.
Thank you so much. I'm really, really happy, like very honoured to represent the younger generation of Lebanese backgrounds. Yes.
Thank you. So we heard from you today about your speech. Obviously, you were the Bankstown Canterbury Deputy Mayor for the last 12 months, and you had a really, really vast area to cover. What were some of your key highlights from the last 12 months?
So the key highlights is ensuring that, Bass Hill Ward does get their fair share of government-funded projects. For instance, Villa Ward has been neglected for such a long time, and I'm so happy that they will be receiving a brand new community centre there, as well as a brand new open space, which I'm so happy for families to come and enjoy, as well as Condell Park will soon be receiving a upgrade on Simat Avenue, which the local businesses and residents have advocated for. So these are some of the highlights that I'm really, really proud to, kind of give back to my local residents. So I'm really honoured to do that.
Thank you. And the next 12 months, as the representative of the Bass Hill Ward, we spoke to one of your colleagues earlier. What can we expect to see happen in the next 12 months around the Bass Hill Ward area?
So expect to see, some of your footpaths, some of your roads upgraded, as well as local sporting fields, playgrounds. Deverell Park and Condell Park will be receiving a playground upgrade, which I'm really excited about. We'll continue to see, community centres being upgraded, just our social infrastructure being upgraded, which is very, very important for local residents to have. And I'm really happy to have advocated for that as well. And I want to ensure that every resident in Bass Hill Ward receives their fair share of government-funded projects within their local area, as well as easy access to their council facilities that they deserve as ratepayers.
Thank you very much. And if there was somebody in the ward or the area that would like to get in contact with you, how would you best suggest that they get in contact with you?
I think best to get in contact with me, all you have to do is just Google my name, and the first thing that will come up is a directory of myself, and there'll be my email or via phone. I'm very easy accessible. If you're happy to just text message me, call me, email me, even you can Facebook inbox me. I've got a council Instagram as well. You can DM me. So I'm really easy accessible like that. So if you've got any council issues, if you've got any innovative ideas or initiatives that you would want to see improvements to the local area, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Thank you. And last question from me. If there's any young person today watching this or will hear about this, what would be your advice if they wanted to enter into the local government or even in politics?
If you have that interest, do your research, and if you're invested and wanting to improve the local community, don't be afraid to put your hand up for local government. Don't put your hand up in my area, but I'll support you in any other wards, don't worry.
Thank you so much. Best of luck for the next year, and congratulations.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. And thank you to all the residents for supporting me as well.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. We have another councillor ready. Congratulations on a big win. So it's very busy here. Food and drinks are flowing, and I'm sure this is a very exciting time for many and a lot of the guests. We're going to take a step back, but as you can see around us, there's a lot of energy, a lot of great energy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So earlier today, for those of you that won't read the minutes or won't be there, a shout out firstly to a lot of the women in your family. Can you talk to us about how important it is to have that good family structure and support structure?
Okay, look, first of all, thank you for having me, and obviously it's a very exciting moment. Look, I'll tell you this, woman is the best thing in the life, and I have a 3 beautiful daughter, and I have the most wonderful wife I've ever seen in my life. She's supporting me, and I want to say one thing. I've been raised and grow up and supported by a single mother. My father passed away when I was 2 years old, so I am admiring the working women's, the women's they actually support and fight for their rights. And for the background of me, I'm a family dispute mediator, so I work with family law and supporting the women's.
I'm sure that we have a lot of opportunities and access through your team, through your office. We didn't touch on this earlier before, but congratulations on the win. And can you give our audiences, who are mainly Lebanese Australians, an intro into who you are? And you touched on it a little bit, and the area you're representing as well.
Okay, look, my name is Saud Abu Samin. Obviously, I'm representing Bass Hill Ward, which has a great majority of Lebanese, Muslim, Christian, Arabs in that area. So it is a big area which is covering Yaguna, Chester Hill, Bass Hill, Birong, and a bit of as well George's Hall. So this area, it's a massive area, and I'll tell you, it has a lot of variety of everyone. But I said, the support people, they support me, the majority of them from Lebanese background, because they believe in me, they trusted me, and they give me their vote. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be successful in this. So I thank everyone that have voted for me, and I say I will make sure that I work hard for your vote.
Thank you very much. And what can residents, we spoke to colleagues earlier, just before, what can they expect in the next 12 months to happen around their local community?
Look, I am just being elected now, but I'll tell you one thing. Everyone's talking about cost of living. I will make sure that I will think, the first thing I'm going to do is try to freeze the council rate. If we manage to freeze the council rate...
It's a big promise.
It is a big promise. And I said I will keep my promises, but that's, again, it's not my only vote. But I will tell you that I promised, and I said I will make sure that I'll make a motion to freeze the council rate for this year to help out the community with this cost of living.
Thank you very much. And if there was somebody in the local area that would like to get in contact with you, what is their best way to get in contact with you?
There is obviously the phone number, which will be publicly on the screen of
the council website.
And the email. Obviously, by email, that will be the best way, because the phone number could be sometime not answering the time. But I encourage everyone to email me. Please don't hesitate to email me. I will respond to every email.
Thank you very much. Like I said to your colleagues before, and to yourself, and I extend a heartfelt congratulations to you and to your family. All the best for the next chapter in your career.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So we're still going to be contacted by one more, the Deputy Mayor. Hello, I'm Shay Gitani. Nice to meet you. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
For those that weren't watching or didn't have the opportunity to see this earlier, we have the new Deputy Mayor of Canterbury Bankstown working alongside Bilal El Hayek. So you've been in the local area for a long time. I'm sure you're very excited. Your speech today mentioned that you're very privileged and grateful to be representing the community, and that we could expect the council to be hard at work. Could you just, for those viewers, the Lebanese Australians watching today that weren't able to hear your speech, could you best summarise that for us about what you hope to achieve?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me in this Oz Arab media, and thank you very much for being here today as well. Well, I'm really honoured and humbled to be elected or re-elected as a councillor, and to be back as a deputy mayor. To be back in the deputy mayor, actually, this is my fourth term as a deputy mayor as well. My promise to the community, we will continue to serve the community. We will continue to fight for them, to make sure they have the service they deserve too. My word to the community, it's we're here to help you, we're here to serve you, we're here to work together. In council, we should be work as a team. We're not actually. We should put a politic aside and we work as a team to benefit of the councillor. I'll be proud of the first Lebanese being elected in 2004 for Canterbury City Council.
A big thing for our community, so congratulations, and we all extend our congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. That is what we're here for, and hopefully my congratulations to the brother or the mayor Bilal Hayek, and I will work with him as a one team with the other councillors and to benefit our community.
Thank you. So they usually say now that the elections are over, the hard part begins, working together as a council.
Well, working together as a council, I think we have equality in our council. We have people who've been councillor before, who've been re-elected. Even the new people, new councillors been elected in this term. I think they have a passion, they talent, and they can deliver to the community. We need to work together. The community wait for us to deliver to them, and we need to do it. We need to do it now.
Thank you. And so we heard a little bit about what other priority areas in the different wards are. Given your ward, what can your residents expect to see happen in the next 12 months?
Well, in our council, actually, in our ward, in Roseland ward, with actually it's Lakimba, Belmore, Panchpore, River ward, and that is a grassroots people, and the people need to see more work from council. They need to see clean up the street. They need to see more parking, more service, and they need actually to have a fair rate. And that is what we should discuss. We should actually discuss to be more service and less rate.
Thank you. I'm sure a lot of our residents would love to hear that as well. So I just want to say congratulations and have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're going to head over to the other side of the room to have one of our other councillors. Just one moment. Hello, I've got you near the food. Would you like to come over to the table? Might be...
And I can put this down.
We've introduced a lot of our other councillors, and I did mention to our viewers, a lot of our viewers are Lebanese Australians, we're with Oz Arab Media, about the different priorities in the vast Canterbury Bankstown area. Could you give our viewers an introduction about you, your background, and what your priorities are given your ward?
Thank you to your viewers. I've been on Wallara Council. I started in 1994. So I started as a bush regenerator, and I know what it's like to work for the community to ensure that the community's expectations are met in terms of what local government is meant to provide to them. I've worked in the local government sphere now for over 30 years. I am extremely obsessed with providing a community and a council where people are proud of where they live and where they work. We have a really huge council. Each area has its own challenges. Where I am in Campsie, I'm very close to the Cooks River. I have been the chair of the Cooks River Alliance, and I'm incredibly keen on ensuring that the Cooks River does not suffer because of the increases in development that are targeted towards a whole range of our suburbs along the railway line that feed into the Cooks River. Environmentally, I'm really aware of the fact that we need to reduce our heat island effect. But in saying that, we have a huge sporting community. We have sporting facilities that need to be continually upgraded and looked after, playgrounds for children. We need open spaces that are going to be there for people who grow up in the units and the homes that are proposed all along the line within the Canterbury SEC.
Thank you. And just to touch on that, so big growth area for Bankstown. It is a growth region. Do you see much of this focus changing in the next 12 months? Are there any new priorities that you could say will occur in your local area?
Well, the Campsie Master Plan, which won awards, is still with the state government. Once the Campsie Master Plan hopefully is approved, it will make Campsie the second city in our local government area. We have a massive injection of funds from the federal government for a cultural precinct, which will allow us to have a new admin building, which will then still have customer service. We will have a new library, and we will have the ability for our community to have a facility where they can have music, they can have live venues, there can be an open plaza. I don't want to see our community doing their Tai Chi in some little corner. I want them to be able to get a massive amount of people there for their Tai Chi and for all of their cultural activities. And that's what we have planned for Campsie. There are other hubs, of course. Helston Park's really important too. There's growing interest in the area along the river there. And we've also won awards for that area as well.
Congratulations. So the Campsie Master Plan, I believe, when we look at what the master plan is, you mentioned that there's going to be a new library, so that will make a difference for a lot of students in the area and a lot of parents. More cultural activities, so events such as Diwali and other events. What could I expect as somebody in your area to benefit from that, and where can I read more about the master plan?
The master plan has been with council and with the state government for a very long time, so you should be able to get onto the website and just type in the search Campsie Master Plan and you will get all the information. And it will bring the youth to our area, because I know a lot of schools will want to utilise that area. But also we want to utilise the river. We want people to incorporate the river into their lives and to see it as a beautiful, living, breathing thing that makes their lives better, not something to dump rubbish in.
I think definitely we were talking to one of your colleagues before, utilising the national parks and the local parks in your own area. Often sometimes we neglect what's in our own neck of the woods for something else. So I hope that our residents get to see that. And I will just have to say to our viewers, we have a great leader in you driving that change. In your speech earlier, you mentioned something and it really struck a chord with me about no one being able to mop the floor with you. So as a fellow woman of the community, I want to thank you for all of your hard work, and on behalf of our viewers, thank you and congratulations and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Oz Arab Media, for being a magnificent media organisation for our whole local government area. And I'd just like to say to people that I will reiterate what my mother said to me as a young girl. Girls can do anything.
Thank you very much. Yes, they can. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, how are you? We'll have one more. The newest councillor, I believe.
That's right.
Yes, welcome.
For Canterbury Ward, so I've entered local government because I believe there's a lot of things we need to be doing better. Firstly, to promote environmental sustainability, get our tree canopy up, make sure our planning regulations promote a sustainable future, sustainable environment growth, all that sorts of stuff. More active transport, more public transport, and there's obviously a massive cost of living crisis going on. I'm a young person myself. I'm very worried about the future of affordable housing, food banks for those who are doing it so tough, those sorts of things. So another big part of why I've run is because I want to fight for affordable housing. I want to fight the cost of living crisis in May.
Thank you. So another one of your colleagues, Rochelle Harika, is another younger councillor. And I touched on this with her earlier, what advice would you give to somebody in the local area who would like to get in contact with you about something that they would like to see happen in their local area?
Yeah, of course. So on the council website, you can find my council number and email, but probably the best place to reach me and ask questions is on my candidate Instagram and Facebook. So it's just Councillor Conroy Blood or Conroy Blood Greens. I'm happy to have a chat anytime to anyone who has any questions. Yeah.
Thank you. And so what can we expect to happen in the next 12 months now that you're new in the seat?
Yeah, well, the 12 months is going to be a big time with all the TODs coming through, so the transport-oriented development plans. You know, I'm going to be fighting to make sure that council is prioritising affordable housing in their submissions, more public housing, making sure their submissions have like more accessibility, more plans for public transport, advocating for the state government fix up the Cooks River. That's what the next 12 months are going to be.
We just spoke to our previous guest who talked about the Cooks River. So from your perspective, your priorities, definitely greener and cleaner suburb or area with a focus on the Cooks River and affordable housing. I know with regards especially to the younger generation, it's really, really important, but also those struggling in the current housing or financial crisis. So definitely your go-to councillor if you wanted to have that conversation. On behalf of Oz Arab Media, we want to congratulate you. Best of luck in the next year and congratulations. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. So I believe we're just about to wrap it up. I'm about to get stuck into some of the food as well. We have a familiar face, Carlos Ford. Oh yes, hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Nice to meet you. I was very fortunate to hear your speech, but for those of our viewers that weren't able to and who don't know you, could you please give a little bit of an introduction on who you are and the ward that you're representing, and then we'll get into your speech a little bit later.
Yeah. My name is Barbara Curry. I'm an independent. I'm a former Deputy Mayor of Canterbury Council. I've had about 30 years in political life. It's my fourth time on the council, twice in the 1990s for Canterbury Council, and now I've come back the second time on Canterbury Bankstown Council, one of the largest councils in Australia.
Definitely one of the largest councils in Australia. Absolutely. It's such a vast geographic region.
Absolutely. Yes.
You touched on the speech today. She had a very, very riveting speech on demerging.
Yes.
Could you tell our viewers a little bit about that and why it's a passion of yours?
The reason why I was elected in 2021 for the first time after being out of public office for 21 years was basically on the demerger issue. What we have found is that this mega council is just so large. We are representing the state seat. I'm actually representing the state seat of Canterbury, but I'm not the member for Canterbury. I'm the local ward councillor. We have no resources to look after such a large constituency. And insofar as resources and also representation for our residents, it's very, very unfair on our residents that we represent such a large area compared to the smaller councils in the eastern suburbs, where they only have to get a couple of thousand votes, and we have to get close to 10,000 votes in our own right to be elected.
Definitely. I actually just want to touch on that. So in terms of the election, you made it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're representing the area now. It can come with some benefits representing such a large area. So if I'm in your area right now, worried a little bit about...
To your viewers.
Thank you very much as well. Thank you. We have one more person, and I have to say that I'm actually very excited to be able to get a drink later. You're one of our last guests, so I just want to, if you would like to